It's open when it's light, it's open when it's dark. It's the treasure hunt amusement park. Masquerade and Forest Fen are closed, but there are plenty more rides than just those. There's Beacon Star and Treasure Man, Vegas Die and Oak Island. Give them a try and you'll be smiling. This place never closes, that's for certain. There's always a reason to keep searching. Boots on the ground, look, look, look. Your ticket to the ride is the book. The dream of the treasure is the hook. The dream of the treasure is the hook.
Nice.
Keep searching forever, start searching now. Grand adventures with K-Pro and Cow. The secret, a gypsy's kiss, the whistle pig. Come watch our show, win a prize, little or big. This place never closes, that's for certain. There's always a reason to keep searching. Boots on the ground, look, look, look. Your ticket to the ride is the book. The dream of the treasure is the hook. The dream of the treasure is the hook.
Hey, everybody. Beacon Star Thursday. How you doing, K-Pro?
I am great. How are you?
I'm good. We had a little technical difficulties. Nothing like a Windows update that prevents your camera from working until you reboot your computer. So,
I hate that.
Windows update, Greg, not coffee, not this time. We should have made some coffee. Yeah, nice.
I found the blaze.
K-Pro found the blaze. Boots on the ground clothing. Hey, Robert Jenner, how are you? Hey, live from the Code Bar. How you doing? Lauren, JK Pioneer, Jeep Girl, Jody, Ryan, Eleanor, all the usual suspects involved with the Beacon Star. Long way to Tipperary. Davo, Eleanor, Packer Jack. Welcome, everybody. I can't see all who's there. Adam, what's going on? I'm sure Hoolie's there somewhere. So something we decided to do is get back to the Beacon Star. You could say get back to the basics. This is one we worked on over a year ago.
We didn't decide. Mike went, I'm ordering some books. And I said,
how many? Your headset, K-Pro?
No, when I put the headset in, nobody can hear me. I'm in my own little paradise, so I don't need a thinking headset.
Yeah, nice. So as long as everybody can hear you, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem, Robert. What's up, Albert? What's up, Bobby D? Okay, so we are going to get back into the Beacon Star. We're going to go slow. We're going to go from the beginning. We're going to start over once again. And then we're going to lead K-Pro by the hand along the way. And I think she might end up liking the book or liking some of the puzzles.
Yeah, no, it's not that I'm dumb. I can follow it. And have you solved it, Mr. Man? You might be someone like me.
I'm giving all the secrets away. Greg says he's balls deep in the Beacon Star, K-Pro.
He messaged me that earlier and I passed on to you. I'm like, I don't know what this means. It might be a code. I don't think it's a code.
It might be a code. Yeah, it's a code. All right.
Okay, but wait. We do have some Forest Fen updates. So do we want to do Beacon Star and then jump into Forest Fen? We have a meetup coming up. All
right, let's do the Forest Fen stuff before we get into Beacon Star. So yeah, go ahead. Take it away, K-Pro.
Okay, well, there's just a few things that I needed to say. The first is the meetup in Raleigh is going to happen at the Brick House on Saturday at 3 p.m. We'll see how packed. It's a little sports bar. Right now, the Knights are killing it 2-1. So there might not be a game 7, but Brick House, it's at 3801 Hillsborough Street in Raleigh. Message me. I'm going to get this on all the forums and things. Everybody's invited. It's just, it's a little sports bar. It does have salads. It does have hamburgers. It has things like that, but it might be a little loud, but we can sit outside, inside. I don't know. That's where we're going to be on Saturday. We, meaning me and my fellow search friends. Mike will not be there. Okay, that's the first one. The second one is I got a call today from Miss Cynthia Meacham. Hi, Cynthia, if you are watching. And she wanted me to pass on 2 things. The first is I'm calling it Picture Gate. She put up a picture of a treasure looking box that resembles Forrest Fenn treasure box at the GPS location.
Does she have a rusty box lid for sale?
It was staged. She had a camera crew with her. It was just a project she's working on. Let's put it that way. So, Cynthia, shame on you. So I tried to communicate, people are trying to get closure, and that's maybe not the best strategy to go about it. And I think she's hitting her own. I think they were up there, thought they were going to find it. I'm going to talk about the fake Blaze Gate in a second. But the other thing is, she did take down the shrine, all of the items that were left at the GPS location. She will make sure they stay together, but you're not supposed to leave anything. She doesn't want that area to get into any trouble, especially because of her. So in general, I wanted you to know those two things. Is the picture, we know it's not true. She's going to do a video and explain more, but anybody who had any, people were like, yes, I knew it. It was staged for good documentary making in the future.
Because it's you, Cynthia, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. This time, don't do it again. Although I want to see what they filmed.
You were so mad at me at the beginning of your video, and by the end, you were forgiving me. And I'm like, not forgiving, but just you were good. And people are, yeah. Okay, so the shrine is gone. Did they find your coin, Packer Jack? The coin that I accidentally dropped was found within 2 days of us being there last year. Remember, I dropped
the fire hole
at the Lacey Creek.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't realize. Oh, yes, that's right. I guess I do. All right. Yeah, I'm getting mixed up on our trip to Yellowstone. That's right. Yeah, I remember.
There's coins.
There's also
everywhere.
one in Ojo Caliente, right? The one you threw in the river.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably still there, and you could see it from when you threw it. Of course, that was what, a year and a half ago, so 2 years ago.
Yeah. There is a lot of discussion. We won't go into it tonight. We'll go into it on our next Forrest Fenn show. Don't you think it's interesting that the Nookers were going after the fake Blaze, and Jack made sure everybody knew this last week? He was emailing anybody to let them know, I've dismantled it. Did he really? Or was he trying to cover something up? I don't know. You guys, people are talking about it. So that's the Cynthia, the Raleigh meetup I did. Fairy tales. I have gotten so much positive and negative, and I appreciate it. Somebody said, we're going to take you down if you go live on Thursday. You must take your entire channel down because of the fairy tales. We're live, bite me. But in general, I spent quite a bit of time with several people we discovered each other through the fairy tale story. At this moment in time, the fairy tales are no longer being considered because I think I think there's some innocent people involved that may not be involved in this, that are very confused about what their loved ones are doing to them. Because I think we have some very dedicated searchers that aren't letting go, and they have their own conspiracies in their own mind, and even their family and close friends are being drug into something. I don't know exactly who to believe because it's such a contradictory story, but now I've spoken to both sides and I need them to work it out. If they want to provide either side, it's hard to prove a negative, but the person that is telling me all of these things, I need some hard proof now because it's too muddy. A lot of it's circumstantial. And yes, I got addresses and names and people, and we're talking about minor kids. I'm not going any further with it until I see something concrete. So I've kind of put an end. I was going to do a fairy tale about the ending, the end of it, but then Mike's like, no, it's gotten kind of serious and ugly, and
let it go. Just let it die.
Yeah. So it's poof, poof. So there goes the fairy tales. And unless you go down a rabbit hole until you feel that it's not a rabbit hole worth pursuing. Today was that day for me. It may come back with more evidence, but today I can tell you I was really sad today for all that I discovered. So Yeah. So if you're too involved in the forest fend hunt and this ending and are putting things out that are just challenging, you should consider some other treasure hunts. Over to you, Mike.
There it is, the Beacon Star, everybody. Oh, and 3D Bronze, tell me who.
No,
on reading.
I'm getting on a plane tomorrow, and I'm getting on a plane with this baby. But here's what I didn't know. I know the words are big, but my God, it's a book.
It's all spaced out.
I know it's big writing, but still, that's a lot. Okay.
Oh, is that right, Eleanor? Okay. Let's see. All right. Interesting. Okay, everybody. The Beacon Star. Here we go. If you don't know, if you just don't know, maybe you're new to the channel. Maybe you were so fixated on the thrill of the chase, you don't even know what the Beacon Star is. The Beacon Star by Randy Pischel. It's a good book. It's set in Denver, and it is for a gold coin and $5,000. But you know what? Let's take a step back. First, let's go back. Right? Let's go way back. Let's go back to when the book first came out in 2017. Okay. In 2017, nobody knew who Randy was.
No.
Nobody knew. Yeah.
It's only been out 4 years?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, well, let me put it this way. It came on the radar of the treasure hunting community in 2017, I believe.
No, it's copywritten 2017. You're right. I'm wrong.
Okay. So back then, Randy just kind of quietly released it. But see, here's the thing. When you look at this book, there's nowhere that it says there's a treasure hunt. There's nowhere that it says what the treasure is. There's nowhere that says anything other than on the back right there. It's got a kind of an interesting message. 3D Bronze says, K-Pro, don't forget your notepad. And that could be a hint. Yeah, we'll see. But I also gave her a copy of the Beacon Star to read too. You should have enough time to read both.
I'm on a plane for like 5 hours. Plane.
So on the back, there's a little message that basically says, what the hell is this strange book? It's more than a short story about doors. If you look close enough, you will find something extraordinary. And then there's a bunch of random numbers. So by looking at it, you're kind of like, well, what's that all about? But when you look in the book, I mean, most treasure hunts have terms and conditions. They have rules. They kind of give you an idea of what's going on. Randy just has a dedication to, I'm assuming, members of his family, and that's it. But then Randy did something kind of cool. He released a puzzle. He's like, you guys want to know, because people asked him, is this a treasure hunt? What is the puzzle? Do you remember the puzzle that he released, K-Pro?
No.
Or do you have no idea?
I got nothing. No.
Okay. So check it out. He released a puzzle. And this is that puzzle, K-Pro. He released this on the left-hand side. And that's all it was. He released this picture. And he said, this puzzle is straightforward. You figure this out, and you will know what the prize is for the Beacon Star. And a lot of people went, what the hell?
Holy crap, I'm gone. That was it for me.
And it looks complicated. And the reason I show it is because I think this is like a lot of Randy's puzzles. They look complicated. Or really, the problem is nobody has a clue where to start. You just see something like this, and it's like, well, what do we even do? And that was out there for a while until somebody solved it and posted it on 12. Okay, 12.org. Shout out to 12.org. And all you had to do basically is somebody realized that if you count all the points or the vertices on the triangle, there were 26 of them, 26 different points. Well, of course, that makes you think of the alphabet. So if you just letter the top here of each little angle, you can get letters. This point is a K. This point is an N. This point is an A. Even then, the answer didn't make sense, but you had to do a shift. Once you did the shift, the answer was 5,000 and gold coin plus one. So the original prize of the Beacon Star was $5,000 and a gold coin plus $1 from each book sold. And the credit for this, hang on, the credit goes to Molnar and Piano Man on 12 because they're the ones that posted the solution. So when we go through these things, I definitely want to make sure I give credit to the people who posted some of these. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So if you're like a normal person and not a person that would be a code breaker Charlie type person like that, where would you even start going? Like there was no grid lines to say, oh, there's 26 of these.
Well, so we have a picture. Now, what's interesting is all those colors, they meant nothing. That I guess you could say was a red herring.
Randy, you son of a...
Was Randy the one who said you can't have a treasure hunt without red herrings, or was that
no,
one of the
that
other
was that was Professor F.
Gotcha. Well, with Randy and his puzzles, I don't think he needs red herrings. I think they're kind of difficult enough. But the only way we would really know to really look at it for a puzzle is because Randy said, if you solve this, meaning it's solvable, And then you got to think, how could somebody convey a message with triangles? It's like his puzzles in the book. How can he convey messages through these puzzles? That's
Okay,
what you
so
got to
let
look
me ask
at.
one more
What's
question.
a way he could do that?
If you did figure out 26 this way or whatever,
Yeah.
and now it's garbly-gook, how is there a software you can put in and say,
Yes.
here's my garbly-gook, can you make
Yeah, it's a
make sense?
shift. So it can shift every letter. K can go forward. All the letters can go forward 1 all the way to 26 until eventually you see the message that makes sense.
So you're not doing that by hand. There is a magic system of, okay.
Right. If somebody out there is really old school, I guess they could. Some people that are really that good could probably do it in their head, but no, I would use something online.
Got it.
Yeah. It's a good question for Randy. When he set a lot of these things up, did he do it in his head or did he do it online with some kind of cipher?
Slide rule or did you use a calculator?
Solver, slide rule and an abacus and a tab. Okay. So that is the prize pool now, but we still don't know where. There's no indication that Denver is the city. Nowhere does it say Denver. You just had to figure it out. So what we knew was this little book got released. It cost $7 on Amazon. Right there in the description down below is where you can order it for Amazon for $7. And Randy did a video recently where I believe the prize pool is up to about $8,000. It depends on the value of the gold coin, which I don't think he has, by the way. But he says if anybody ever finds this, he'll get the gold coin. So $5,000 gold coin, $1 from every book. What's that?
He or she.
He or she what?
Will get the gold coin.
Oh, that's true. He or she. That's true.
Will be a forest.
No. Oh, don't be a forest. Okay. So where's my abacus? Albert says. This sounds off for some reason. I sound okay?
No, you sound good.
Okay. So now we know what the prize is. And now we know that it is a treasure hunt of some kind. And that just leaves us with this message right here and these numbers. And this is probably the easiest puzzle in the book, in my opinion, because all it is a book cipher. And let's go over that right now. Back of the book. So all you had to do was basically type out that message and you number it. And then you count the numbers on the bottom. You just count letters. The 18th letter is S. The 95th letter is E. And it spells out a message. It's just that simple. Okay. You with me?
I am with you, Holmes.
Everybody in the chat room, are you with me?
Okay.
Steve Mueller says, got my book. I recently moved to Denver. I'm just not smart enough for these puzzles. But that's why we're doing this together. Long way to Tipperary says, I ordered the book. Greg Keller just ordered the book. If we do this together,
we're going to be doing some giveaways too.
Yeah, well, all right, here, guys. I'm going to show you something.
Mike got carried away.
Oh, look at those, everybody. Beacon stars for everybody. We don't know what we're going to do with them yet. We're going to talk about that later on. We want to decide what we're going to do with these Beacon Star books.
Because we're taking you down, Randy. We can't individually take you down, but as a group, taking you down.
So I got a copy of the book at work. I got a copy of the book upstairs next to the bed. I got a copy of the book here. And then I've got a copy of the book that I make notes in. So I got copies everywhere.
And then you have your old book.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of, I had to rip out the, not rip them, but I took out the puzzles to make copies.
You were not nice to this book. You were not nice to this book.
But it's not too, they look hard. And just like that triangle puzzle I just showed, everybody saw that. And the hardest part about the Beacon Star, in my opinion, is nobody knows where to start. It's like, okay, it's like you see something like that and you go, well, what the hell? What do you even do?
I find it fascinating, though, that you code breakers are looking at the actual puzzle ones. But didn't Randy recently say there's like double a number? So that means the text has some too, right?
The text definitely has hints, and I think there's some puzzles in the text as well. And as we go through these on Beacon Star Thursdays, Beacon Star Thursdays, I want to go through the text and start figuring them out. Nice. Greg says 3D Bronze gave him a copy last year in West Yellowstone. Doesn't matter how you get your copy, as long as you get a copy. And the other thing, for an $8,000, roughly $8,000 treasure hunt, I believe, hey, there's Kathy in the chat. Yeah, I'll show it to you in a minute, Kathy. I believe he said he's only sold about 500 books. I mean, that's it. This treasure hunt is under the radar. It's only 500.
For your bulk order, sir.
Yeah, right. You should have went over 500 now, Randy. So, Kathy, we talked about this, which was the puzzle that Randy released to say this will tell you the way things be, they be. No, not this. I went back to the triangle puzzle.
Oh,
yeah. You can see the screen I'm sharing or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So this, when you solve it, is the 5,000 and a gold coin plus one. And that meant $5,000, a gold coin plus $1 from each book sold. And then, but we still didn't know Denver. We still didn't really know anything else. So we go to the back of the book. And on the back of the book, it's got the little paragraph and it's got the numbers. But there's something interesting here. I just color coded it just so it's easier to read. The colors mean nothing other than to make it easier to read.
Yeah.
But when you solve it, it says search for clues. You found the first one. Search for clues. You found the first one. But there's a misspelling. 4 is spelled FOO for some reason. And it's like you double check it and you go the 48th letter. Wait a minute. 48th letter is O, but it should be R. So that number should actually be 49 for it to be FOR. And when I first saw this way back when I got the book like 2 years ago, my first thought was, oh no, if the creator of this book made that kind of a mistake on the back, what kind of mistakes must there be inside the book? I thought, oh, that's not good. But it has since come out, at least from Randy himself, that we believe the mistakes are intentional, but we don't know why. We think he used the wrong letter on purpose. And somehow in the book, some of the solutions are also misspelled. And that may be a puzzle in and of itself or a mystery that we have to figure out. So FOO, it should be FOR.
Okay.
Okay. So
But
it's
we're
kind
still
of
not in Denver. Do you know what to do with any of this, and this?
oh yeah, that's the other thing is I think on those pictures mean something. At this point, I don't know what though. The very cover has got these three. Now, the whole book is about doors. If you don't know, the book is about doors.
It's okay. I will say the one thing I remember more about this book, it's been maybe 2 years since I read it. Mike actually sent it to me before we were dating. And it's just like, you've got to try it out. So he sent it to me one day in the mail. And the imagination and fun parts of this book, it's kind of like if you're into like Harry Potter or anything kind of magical and whimsical.
Dungeons and Dragons type of mystical
Yeah,
world
I've never
fantasy.
done yeah, like it's a fun read. It's not a history report like you would think. And when I got to things like this, I know this one's been solved, but when I got to this, I just went, I don't know what the hell that is. Let me just keep going. And I just kept going. The story is awesome. The story is fun. Like this made my head hurt just reading it, just looking at it.
And that may be one we get to. Hooley says, I wear a perfume called Secret Genius. It was named for Randy Pischel.
And if you guys don't know who Randy is, he is the one that was singing, What If Jack Was One of Us? So he's got a fun side to him. He has been completely banned from Las Vegas, Nevada for I don't know how many years, but he has look, this one's going to make your head explode. You guys ready?
Yeah, that's what we call the big block of code. Kitty.
Yeah, but that one's been solved too, right?
Some of it, but we don't think all of it. Packer Jack says after this is solved, we will find out that his real first name is Brandy. Get it? Wrong letter. Randy, Brandy. Nice, Packer Jack. Fantasy is fun, Kathy says. That's right. So the hardest thing about this book is there's nothing obvious. When you see these puzzles, there's no obvious way. There's a bunch of poems. It's just not easy until you really look at it. And then you realize something that looks really difficult, like those triangle puzzles. It really kind of has a simple, elegant solution. You simply assign the alphabet to the top, and every time there's an angle, you give it that letter, you plug it in and change it. You know, once you get the solution on anything, it's easy. But I think some of his puzzles are a lot harder than a lot easier. I'm sorry, a lot easier than what they look. I think he's disguised them to make them look difficult. But then, of course, there may be some that actually are difficult. You guys, I got 2 cats bothering me over here, Kitty.
I have none. So it's very simple to make that change. But you've trained them, darling.
Cowlazars, what are you doing? Okay. Here's something else Randy did. Randy did a 6 questions with Jenny Kyle. And that gave a little insight into the creator, right? But at the bottom, and this is the link, if anybody wants to go read it, these are the 6 questions with Randy Pischel on Mysterious Writings. But at the bottom of his 6 questions, he had a group of numbers, just like on the back of the book. This is on the Mysterious Writings website. And it was the same thing. It was a code with his answers of the 6 questions. You had to go through and assign a letter. And when you did that, you got a seemingly nonsensical message, except it was in order. It was just in reverse. EXTRA is extra in reverse. STEPS, steps. And when you put it in, read it in reverse, it says extra steps make simple code fun. So I think that's a little bit of a hint, the puzzles in the Beacon Star. They may be not that hard, but he's added a little twist to make them appear very hard. I think Randy wants whoever finds this to really work for it and work hard for it. And we are. I mean, there's been a group working on it for 2 years. I did see it, Jeep Girl Jody. Thank you. I did see it. So any of you out there that actually live in Denver, let me know, because what I would love to do is for me and K-Pro and the family to go out to Denver this fall and do a boots on the ground and visit some of these locations. Definitely before the snow starts, but maybe September. I don't know. October. Is that too late? In the fall to go and spend a day and go to the Denver Science Museum, go to the different boots on the ground locations and do a meetup. We could do a searcher meetup in Denver. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So that's the goal of these Beacon Star Thursdays. Okay.
Yeah.
You with me so far, K-Pro?
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
I know something, but I don't, I don't know if because some people have given us certain things to it. Check your text right now. Are we allowed to say what I just texted you?
Uh-oh. More drama from K-Pro.
It's about
no, I think that's okay. Just in general. Yeah.
It seems that there is many locations and they're somehow focused around sundials around Denver. And so it may be. I mean, and since the last video that came out was like, well, Mike is hung up on, let me find it. Hold on. Mike is hung up on, what the hell's the triangle?
Oh, it's the very last puzzle. That's the other thing I want to talk about. It's the last puzzle in the book.
Okay, hold on.
It's page 73.
Yeah, second to last.
Yeah.
He's like, what's the issue? Look at the shape. That's the shape of a sundial, right?
Could be.
Could be. That's all I have to say about that.
So, yeah, if those of you who don't know, Randy has a YouTube channel called Valentine Goose. And on that channel, he does fun stuff. He talks about his life, talks about his job, talks videos from his job. But he talks about treasure hunting and the thrill of the chase a lot. But he also gives hints for the Beacon Star. Now, I know what somebody out there saying, but that's not fair because I didn't see his video, so I didn't get the hint. Well, you got to watch his videos, and they're all on his YouTube channel. It's not like he gives hints everywhere. He has a YouTube channel, he has a Beacon Star Facebook page, and a Beacon Star Reddit. And as far as I know, Randy can speak for himself. Those are the only 3 places that he will post hints.
Right.
But you got to watch his video.
Email him. He doesn't even respond. Like he's out of all the treasure hunting originators that I have seen, he has been the most pure on, I'm not giving extra information out. I'm not corresponding with people about my hunt. I'm not going to screw up it. The worst thing I think he did though, and I'll just say it, he does do videos. In the one video, he doesn't drink like Mike doesn't drink. He had a few, and I think he said some things he regretted, and he left that one up. But there was one video that he later came out. He deleted it like 10 minutes after he put it up, and he deleted it because he said he put a hint in there and he didn't mean to. I know it had a few views. I watched it, but I'm not into Beacon Star enough to remember what it was. That's been like the worst thing. He is just even keel. We're not going to get it out of him. I try to send him lots. I always give him thank yous. And I'm going to try to, we just bought, 1 million books, but he just doesn't give out extra hints. And I say good on him. So.
Okay, so
have you bought any good storage lockers lately?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Packer Jack might like a couple things that we found in there. That's a video. So there's not going to be a show Monday, but what I might do is try and get the storage locker video together and release it, premiere it Monday at 7 p.m. our normal time.
For those of you that don't know what we're talking about a few months ago, Mike said, let's buy a storage locker. I said, we have no money. So we took this big, everybody has a big jar of change, right? We took it into the Coinstar and we got $500. And we said, okay, we're going to buy a storage locker. Well, on yesterday, Mike calls me and says, I've been looking at storage lockers. Are we ready to buy one? And I said, sure. He goes, okay, I just bid on it. And I'm like, oh, right now? He goes, oh, we won it. It was in the last minute. So my day changed completely yesterday, and we were emptying out, and we got the last load today of the storage locker. And I will just say, this family was definitely a Packers fan, no question about it. There is lots of Packers stuff, anywhere from Christmas to stuffed animals to you name it. So.
Okay, but to get back to the Beacon Star, yeah, Valentine Goose, he gives hints, he gives different things. So this is something, an idea that I had, and that is when he talked about the pyramid puzzle, he said, well, maybe look at something that has the same shape, right? And he posted a sundial as the thumbnail of that video, and it is that sundial is in the shape of a triangle. And if you think about it, a sundial is the shape of a triangle. It casts a shadow. But what else has the shape of a triangle that we just looked at? Boom, this puzzle right here that he released a couple years ago about the prize. These are all triangles, right? Mm-hmm. So I wonder if he could have been referencing this puzzle, meaning look at something else that I've created that has the same shapes of triangles. Now, I don't know how this would relate to page 73, but I think it's an interesting idea to try.
It's also not a triangle as much as, I mean, that's not a triangle. That's a double triangle. That's like a, I don't know. I don't speak Randy, but I'm trying to learn his language.
It's a bunch of little triangles, basically. It's called the Sierpinski triangle, is the actual name of what that is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a mathematical thing. I don't know. Now, of course, he just shaded in certain dots, but I just thought maybe he meant this, but I don't see how you would apply the letters to it. But if we do a Zoom after this, and I think I'll send an invite out for the Zooms, that maybe we could try and figure it out. But this one is difficult, so I think that one we'll do another day. I wanted to go kind of through the easy stuff in the beginning, so we don't lose people.
Well, that's the one big thing that I will tell you guys. When I have seen the answers to a couple of these, it's like, oh, I could even figure that. It's not advanced ciphers. It's like, it's hidden in plain sight, basically, but you have to be clever enough to figure it out. Ooh, a reflection, Brain says. Maybe.
Okay, so let's get back to it. The other thing Randy did is when he hit he says he has certain milestones, and he says when he hits a milestone, he'll give out a hint. Well, I think this was the 500 book milestone, even though we didn't actually hit it back then. He gave it to us anyway, and it was pretty funny, the video he made. And that was right here on his Valentine Goose channel. He made a video and he encoded Morse code using a pen in that video. And I want to give credit to Davo Brown because he made this video on YouTube that I'll show you guys. And it's a quick thing that shows you what Randy did. Check it out. So right here, he's showing you what he's doing with so every time it's a tap, it's a dot. And every time he puts the pen in his mouth, it's a dash, and it's Morse code. See, dash, dot, and that's an R. And he did this through the entire video. And then at the end, he had an obvious cipher that was total misdirection, meaning a bunch of objects that we thought was in that decoded to, this is not a code. This is the real code. So shout out to Davo Brown on YouTube that he was in our Zooms with us, and he made this video just to show how things were decoded. So it just gives you an idea of how Randy thinks, how Randy's brain is. And,
and Randy said he got to the end of him doing this like the first time and he screwed it up, and he had to completely redo this like a bunch of times. So shout out to Randy for putting in the time to.
Right. And this is a good classic misdirection, Randy. So it was really fun to go through. This is the original video. Let me show this real quick. Actually, maybe I didn't do the original video. Let me see here. Yeah, actually, I didn't do the original video. Valentine Goose on YouTube. You guys can go watch it yourself. Basically, the name of it is the clue video. So if you figure that out, the Morse code, the answer was, let me see here. The answer was, did I do that right? Yeah, there are 22 boots on the ground locations, which is what Bobby was just talking about. So if you read the book and you figure out those poems, those are, I believe, 12 off the top of my head. But then Randy makes the clue video and says, nope, there are actually 22 boots on the ground locations. And what that means is in Denver, there are 22 physical places you need to go to for whatever reason. We're not sure what to do with all those locations yet. We know he's using landmarks, he's using plaques, he's using statues. inscriptions, but we're not sure what he's doing with the other ones. So he said it would turn some people off. Some people are probably like 22 boots on the ground locations. I'm out. But for those of you that live there, and especially for those of you that like to get outdoors, wouldn't it be cool to go to all 22 locations and check it out? So one day, maybe we will go. Randy sounds like the child of Penelope Puzzle and Codebreaker Charlie. Penelope Puzzle. Hey, there's a good one, Albert. I like it. Which searcher are you? Okay, so then we go back to the book. And one of the first puzzles, the one thing that I've wondered, and I don't know if anybody's ever asked Randy this, but are the levels of difficulty of the puzzles in order? So in other words, this is the first puzzle. You guys see that?
Yeah.
And then the next puzzle is this one. Now this one's been solved and we're going to go over the solution on this one. Okay. But I wonder if that means this one really isn't that difficult. We just haven't figured it out yet. But because the very last puzzle in the book, obvious puzzle that is the triangle one, which seems to me one of the most difficult. But that's just a.
Well, so here's the question I have. I know, I know some people that have been working on this, like the Sassies of the world that like decode and get stuff lickety split. You've been working on this for a long time. Why? Sometimes it's good and bad. Oh, it's been out there a while, so it's not going to be solved in a day. So I'll invest my time. Oh, it's been out there for years with some really smart people working on it. Why the hell hasn't it been cracked? Should I even start it? Because I'm not.
Well, but you can say the same thing about the Forrest Fenn poem. And that
and then Jack got it in 3 weeks. That's true.
In the ninth year, should we even start? Because you know what I mean? It's the same type thing. They're different types of puzzles, but it's the same argument. It's just going to take the right person to come along and solve that key thing that everybody's missing in order to put it together for Randy's puzzles. And Randy has graduated levels of difficulty, in my opinion, on these puzzles. And we're going to go over some of the easier ones tonight and every Beacon Star Thursday.
You because you solved them.
Right. And a lot of people have posted them publicly. Some things have been figured out, but a lot of things haven't. I don't even think we've identified all the puzzles yet. But that's why you just have to keep working at it. I mean, it's okay to take a break. And I think a lot of us took a break for a long time from it, but it's time to get back to it.
It's time. And it's Beacon Star Thursdays.
Rotate the angles, Zozo says. Yeah.
I have learned so much about Denver because of Beacon.
Robert, Code Bar Live. Check out his podcast.
I have family.
Yeah, you should interview Randy.
Friends.
You should actually interview Randy, Robert.
I have friends and search friends and family all in the Denver area. So
yeah, right. It would be cool to take a trip and stay there and check all these spots out, see family, see searchers. So that's the goal. I'm hoping by this fall, we would be able to go do that. And then the Denver Science Museum is supposed to be pretty awesome as well. Okay, there are 22 boots on the ground locations. So we know because of Randy's puzzle, and I really like that he put out what the treasure was in puzzle form, 5,000 in gold coin +1. 6 questions. He had extra steps, make simple code fun.
Wait, now how do we get Denver?
I'll show you. If you have to solve the poems that are in there, they give you Denver landmarks.
Got it.
And there's a couple where you know it's Denver just by what they say, but that really is the only indication. Oh, actually, I guess I take that back. There is some other indications. What's that?
Randy has said it too.
Yeah, he said it now. He didn't back then, but yes, he said it now.
Kind of like Forrest, where they used to just say Rocky Mountains, and then
right, and then there,
yeah.
So 22
boots. Said Wyoming, and no one believes it. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, that's true. 22 boots on the ground location. Back of the book, search for clues. You found the first one, but there's a misspelled word. The O should be an R. We don't know what to do with that yet, but it's helpful to keep track of it, I think, and remember it. And then we come to page 19. And again, the credit to this goes to Molnar on 12. At least he's the one who publicly posted it. Do you remember this one, K-Pro, the solution, or no?
No, I got nothing for you.
So this is one of the ones you may look at it and go, well, what the heck? It doesn't seem to make any sense. Like, what do we even do? How do you even start? And I think this is one of the easier ones that Randy put in to kind of give us a hint on how to solve these. What's that?
Sure, easy ones.
Well, look how easy it is once you figure it out. When you look at this, you have a bunch of shapes, you have a bunch of letters, you have a bunch of numbers. Okay. What you got to do is look for some kind of pattern or some kind of logic.
Yeah.
The first thing you notice is that every letter, the letters are not repeated. There's one letter per shape. And if you put those out, it's A through M, which is 13 letters. So we have 13 different shapes. You can call it boxes, but I understand they're different shapes with the letters A through M in them. All that is the order of how you read the message, A through M. Okay.
Yeah.
So once you take the A, you say there's a 3, there's a number in each one and the number repeats. So for A, there's a number 3 and it's there 4 times. This is like the only information we have to go with by looking at this. You have a letter, you have a number, you have the frequency of the number. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Are you already over it or no?
No, I'm
okay.
I guess I'm not saying it. Yes, go. Yes, I'm excited. No, I'm with you. I'm following
again,
up to this point.
Credit goes to Molnar on 12.org for posting this. I didn't get it right. I mean, I didn't solve it until he posted this. It was like, oh, it's that easy. So the letter B has got a 4 times. The letter C right there has got a 1 time. So there's a pattern. It's the letter, it's the number in the box with the letter, and it's how many times the numbers come up. Now, what do you do with this information once you have it? This is kind of a tricky part, I guess you could say. Now, what Randy, I thought, has said in some of his hint, quote unquote, quotation fingers, in some of the hint videos he's made is, I thought he said there are confirmers in the book that help you with the puzzles. So I'd like to know what the confirmer is in the book that helps us solve the mosaic page, which is what I call page 19. The mosaic page is just a nickname. Okay. So if anybody out there could figure it out, what is the hint in the book that helps us solve this thing? I think when we're actually going to go through the text, not tonight, but we are going to go through the text and then we can look for the confirmer. But what you had to do was realize that if you look at these numbers, there is no number higher than 5. Okay. Again, the logic of what it is he put in this puzzle. 13 different letters, a bunch of numbers, but none of them bigger than 5. None of them bigger than 5 with the actual numbers, and none of them bigger than 5 in the frequency. 5 by 5 in codes and puzzles is a 5 by 5 grid, is a well-known cipher. Polybius or Polybus will accept either answer. I know K-Pro's like, well, I wouldn't have known that. But so what you have to do is maybe if you would have figured that out, say 5 and 5 code, that would have took you right to the cipher square. Okay. But I also would like to know if there was a hint or confirmer in the text, and maybe Randy will even tell us, because this is public knowledge now. It's been on 12 for a very long time, but we'll see. If you go to this Polybius square, look, K-Pro, this is the square. It's a numbered square 5 by 5, and you put letters across it. Okay. Yes. Okay. So what do? Well, your first number is this side and the second number is the top, and it gives you a letter. So if we were to take the numbers, is everybody in the chat with us here? Thumbs up if you knew the Polybius square, and thumbs up if you just learned about it.
They all knew the Polybius square. I'm the only one that did it.
Or Polybus, however you want to say it. Ryan, what's up, Ryan? He's lurking. So if you take the 3, you go down to the third column, and you take the 4 and you go over, you get an O. And if you take the 4, which is in the B square, there's a 4 and it's there 4 times. 4 over to 4 is T.
Can you blow that up now? We don't care about the left one. Can you blow that up a little? It's tiny.
Yeah. Sorry. How about 200%? Is that better?
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Should have done that to begin with. So if you do that, you realize you're not getting a good message. OTA and the Polybius.
Just do a shift.
Well, that's what you have to try. But in a Polybius square, the I and J are in a 5 by 5 grid is only 25 letters. The alphabet has 26. So the I and J go in the same square. That's just how it works. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you do that, you get these letters, and then you can try a shift, but nothing's coming up. So it's, well, we're obviously doing something wrong, right? So what we need to do is do it the other way. Take the frequency first and then use the numbers. So the frequency would be the left-hand side and the numbers would be the top-hand side. Okay.
Okay.
So let's do that. So if we go to the 4th row, third one over is S, right?
Correct.
Okay. If we take the 4th row, 4th letter over is T. If we take 1, 1 is A, And you see how he put 4, 4 and 1, 1? I think it's maybe to let you know you're on the right track. I don't know, just a guess. So if we take the fourth row and go 2 over, 1, 2, right here is R. And it's the beginning of the word start. So we have the word star. We already have an English word, right? So we know we're on the right track.
Confirmer. Woohoo!
That's right. Well, yeah, I guess you could say 4, 4 is T again. So we have the word start. A good place to start on this puzzle. It's a good place to start, right? So start. 1, 1 is A. 4, 4 again, using a lot of the same letters as T. Start at.
Oh.
5 over 2 is W. I got that right. Start at, give me a second. 4, 4, no, 4, 4 again is T. That's why I put them on the same row, so I don't get them confused here. 5th row down, 2 over is W. Right here, 5th row down, 2 over is W. 5th row down, 1 over is V. Give me a second.
No, you have to do that first.
Well, first row over, 5th one over is E. There you go.
Let me help you, honey. I'm really good at codes. Let me help you.
3rd one down, 1 over is L. 5th row down, 1 over is V. And finally, 5th row down, or 5th row, first row down, 5th letter over is E. And that message is start at 12. And that is the solution for page 19.
What the hell does it mean?
That's just it. The way Randy set this up is you've got to solve codes to work and use them on other codes. And that's the trick. So we know it's
start at 12. So do we go to page 12 and that's where we need to start?
That's a good question. We have to figure out what it means. So what I like about codes and ciphers is, that's the correct location, just like we know the GPS numbers were in Forrest Fenn's poem, but that's debatable. We're not here to talk about that tonight, but that page 19 is solved because start at 12 is not a random coincidence. When you solve a cipher like that, you have the message. So we just solved one of the unbreakable, crazy, don't know where to start, I give up puzzles, which is start at 12. Now, only if they were all that easy, which they're not, and they haven't all been solved, but that's the fun. I'm hoping the group think. I'm hoping if all of us come together.
How many of the 12
and do it live, we can solve
the 12 obvious puzzles? How many do you think have been solved?
Oh, that's a secret. No, let me see.
Just ballpark, half of them?
Yeah.
Not half of them?
I would say maybe 4. Off the top of my head, I would say 4, but I don't know without actually going through each one.
Yeah, because I was looking at this one and I already started my little notes. Do you see?
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing there?
Well, there's only some of them that are X's and then there's words in the middle.
Gotcha. I hear you. And that's a good start.
It says read clue from each.
And it could be each X, right?
Right, of course.
See, K-Pro's getting into it. She's going to be working on this on the plane, and the guy next to her is going to be like, what are you doing? And she's like, top
The guy next to me is going to be some legendary genius like Jack, and he's going to go, oh, I see the pattern, and then I'm going to break it loose by the time I get back.
And the guy next to you will be like, aren't you K-Pro on YouTube? And it'll let's go from there.
Yeah.
So there it is. Boom. We just solved page 19. So we figured out what the puzzle was, the puzzle of the prize that Randy put out.
I've already solved this one that I'm working on.
I don't know. I know he did. And we'll talk about it. Again, a lot of this, I want to get the okay from the people that have solved it. If it's okay to put it in a video. I don't want to, like what Bobby said is that was supposed to be a secret. It's on, somebody posted it on Mysterious Writings. So I believe actually they did. So I read it, but anyway.
Is it a private area on Mysterious Writings or is it a public?
No, it's public. It's public.
Okay.
Yeah, it has. And so nobody's really posted there in a very long time. And that's what Randy was saying is everybody's kind of let the Beacon Star become the redheaded stepchild of the hunt of the treasure hunting world.
Everybody's the redheaded stepchild except for the favorite child. And the favorite child has moved out and gone to college and we don't have him anymore. And we're trying, Randy. We're trying, Randy.
Yeah, a lot of people. So most of the people watching have probably solved
the
majority of what we're going to go over. But we got to start at the beginning. We're trying to get in the people who are not familiar with the puzzles.
Matt Brewer says there's 11 boots on the ground in that puzzle.
That's true. I didn't say it. That's true. So here's the other thing, though, is in the beginning of this, Randy said there's one puzzle in this book that I had to add in that has nothing to do with the solution. So he did add a red herring, except he came out and told people he did it. We didn't tell us which puzzle. But now we know that this puzzle right here which does have a solution. It's a hieroglyphic substitution cipher. That has no bearing on the solution to this book. So we're going to skip over that page. Randy came out and said it.
Oh, okay. Because that's what somebody nicely said. Did you go over the red herring page? You don't want people wasting their time. So
thank you, David.
Ignore red herring.
That's good, William. Although not all 22 are misspelled or missing. That's what we got to figure out as we figure these puzzles out. Is there like start at 12 was not misspelled and not missing.
Well, did he say why he put this in as a red herring?
Yeah. So the way the book layout was, he had to have a poem and a puzzle on the back, and a poem and a puzzle on the back. We only had 10 puzzles, not 11. So he had to add an extra one. And is it 10? Let me see. 1, 2.
He could have put a nice picture of him.
3, right. 4, 5. You'd think I'd know this already. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10.
You know what? Each Thursday, you should put the people that publish the solution to one of these, like Craig is like, oh, I solved that one. Have him on and have him talk about
I want to. Yeah. But I want people to come on. We could do a panel for the Beacon Star. Yeah, I definitely want to. And Craig, that is an invitation. Come on and explain to people how you solved it, because you were the first one to solve it, as far as I know. You were the first one I heard it from. There are 9 puzzles. Okay. But there's a 10 actual poems. So he just had to add a placeholder for the back.
Okay. So I don't want to spend my time even thinking of this one has not been solved, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Hold on. I'm looking.
No, we're not going to go through which have been solved and which you got to tune in to next Beacon Star Thursday, because we're going to go over the ones that have been
until the next Beacon Star Thursday. That's done.
Well, you can read the story. The story has nothing to do with those puzzles.
2 years ago, I read the story.
Well, you got to read it again for a refresher.
Okay,
you
honey.
have to. It's mandatory. Okay. It is your homework for Beacon Star Thursday. Okay. What's that?
Okay, honey.
What? Well, you already said you liked the story, right?
I did like the story, but I wanted you to rule out for me, and you're going to after we're off live, the ones that didn't even worry or put time into, if they've already been solved and you know it, because you're sharing it with me because of that right there.
Oh, I'll share with you whatever it is we come up with. Yeah, that's true.
No, but like if one is solved, I want to know it offline.
Yes, I will tell you which ones have been solved.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Now we can keep going, but I didn't know if that was like enough for the first. Plus, this microphone seems off.
Well, here's what we need to do. This is the important thing.
Yeah.
So I bought like 7,000 books. He bought a lot of books.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So yeah, do you want to talk about that piece?
Yes. And that is, we bought a bunch of books, and we want to give them away, but we want a creative way to give them away. So the question is, one, Randy, if you watch this video, I want you to come up with a cool way to give away your book to somebody. So what is a good way that the creator of the treasure hunt thinks would be cool to give somebody a book? And then the other people that already have the book, maybe you know somebody, a family member or something that lives in Denver that could benefit from the book. So we don't want to just do a random comment picker on a video. Right. We'd rather have some creative ideas on how to give these away.
So what I was thinking, I came up with a couple of ideas, but we want to hear from you guys.
Right.
Like if you already have the book, what is either your favorite puzzle that you cracked or you now figured out, or your favorite part of the story? Do less than a 1-minute video. We'll take all those videos, and the one that's either the funny, maybe you do it in song like Randy did, either the funniest or the best story, we'll give one away and you can give it to whoever. Maybe you have somebody that you want us to gift it to, maybe a Secret Santa type of thing, and you tell us why your best friend that's on the other side of the earth needs it. Maybe we give it to a school. Let's give it to a class.
That would be cool. What? I didn't know the phone lines were open. Hang on.
Is this
hello? Yeah. Oh, it's Randy. Aren't you supposed to be at work? Are you supposed to make calls at work? Oh, okay. All right. I'll tell her. I don't know. All right. Well, Randy's pissed. He's pissed that we're doing Beacon Star Thursdays because he's afraid it's going to get solved. And he doesn't have a gold coin yet. So I think we have to shut it
poor
down,
Randy.
everybody. Sorry, Randy. He's upset. He called me from work. He's working on a server. This is the Beacon Star hotline, everybody.
Oh, wait,
You don't
wait,
know.
you guys
Old
ready?
school. This is the old school flip phone because some of his puzzles are old school. So this will forever be known as the Beacon Star hotline.
What if Randy was mad at us?
What if Randy was mad at us? That's pretty funny. Yeah, Randy doesn't actually have the cold coin yet, everybody. But he says if somebody solves it before he gets it, he will get one. So I believe him when he says that.
I think that was Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah, we are going to do a Beacon Star Zoom after this, private Zoom, not on YouTube. I will send the invite out to everybody. And if you have the book or you want to get the book and get involved, let's talk about the Beacon Star. I know. What if Randy was one of us?
Okay, so if you guys have ideas, we have a lot of books now and we want to get people involved. I like the idea of, do you know a class that could get into, I mean, I think it need to be like a high school class, but they have the critical thing. Oh, you know, in the high schools, they have like the Dungeons and Dragons and
a club, a Beacon Star club would be a
we could have the
perfect
Beacon
idea.
Star Club. Maybe my daughter needs to, maybe we could get the teenagers around here. You know,
that would really be cool. Yeah. But we know somebody in Denver that has a class. Now there's two Jodys, and one is the teacher and one is not. But I'll reach out to that teacher because I sent them a Thrill of the Chase wall map one time and they gave it away. She bought one of every student a Forest Fence Searcher coin back then. And I'm pretty sure they were based in Denver. So if you guys know any teachers in the Denver area or actually anywhere where this is something they could give to their students to work on, like a project, that'd really be a good idea. I would be happy to send enough books to cover that. If somebody knows, me and K-Pro would be happy to do that as a way to give back to the community that has given so much to us over the board. That was a cool soundboard call, Huli. It was Randy. He's pissed. So I don't know. He's upset. He says we got to shut it down. He said no more Beacon Star Thursdays. He's afraid we're going to solve this way too soon.
You don't own us. You don't own us. You can't shut us down. I'm shutting you down.
All right, everybody. If you're not already on my list for the Zoom invite, if you've gotten a Zoom invite for me before, you'll get it. But you got to email me if you're not on the list, just to make sure I don't miss you. So, yeah, we're already in an hour. I mean, we can keep going, but I think that's enough for the first Beacon Star Thursday. What do you think, K-Pro?
No, I think we hold to an hour, and actually we're a little over, which is fine.
Right.
But I, unfortunately, am getting on a plan to be away from everybody for a little bit.
Oh.
So let's recap. Mike's gonna miss me.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I know, because Mike's been really not liking my cooking lately, so maybe he's gonna eat out a lot.
Yeah, maybe. What were you gonna say? I'll show him one thing from the storage unit.
Okay. Brick House, Saturday, 3:00. I will have my Beacon Star. I will have my Tell Me Where.
And that's in Myrtle Beach?
It's in Raleigh, North Carolina.
All right. Thanks, Steve. We appreciate that. Steve said great show.
Saturday, 3:00. There may be a game 7. Do we want to look at what the score is to the game?
Oh, yeah. The Golden Knights. Did they end it? So me and K-Pro were supposed to bet the game Tuesday night when we went out. I was too tired to go to the casino. Golden Knights end up winning 3-2, I believe. Yeah, we should have bet it. It would have been a good one to bet.
So right now it's 19 minutes left in the third period, and it's 3-4 Golden Knights. Nice.
3-4, they're up. Okay. Lucky. So, Robert Jenner says, I'm interested in the Zoom. All right. Email me because I may not find your email address. Email me, cowlazars@gmail.com. Email me right now, and then I will reply with the Zoom.
Ideas about where to get these books out to. We are just supporting a treasure hunt that we really like. And yes, we will. They said they're now asking for, let's do a show on this one. Let me read it first. I'm going to be reading it because I do have to say 3D Bronze was a little clever. I have been getting emails about answer me about what the Royals mean to you. And I haven't read the story yet. So I'm like, I don't know what you mean. I called Mike today because some people are getting very irritated at me. And I'm like, I got it now, guys. I got it. This is my homework for the
I thought the Royals were the king and queen in the painting, but that's just I have read it. That's just off the top of my head.
And I have to reread this book because all I remember is Doors and Whimsical. I don't remember anything else from this one. Yeah. So, yes, thank you, Dark. And I think we're going to probably have about, I'd say between 5 and 10 at the meetup, or the people that have said that they're going to come or that they're close. So you come, everybody's invited. We're all friends. We leave our keyboard worrying aside and just go and have a good time and chit chat. And so, yeah, he got carried away. That's not all of them. And so he got carried away, but you know what? It's like the storage auction. He says, can I order a ton of books? And I'm like,
yeah, let's give them away. Let's do something fun with them.
And if you guys don't know Randy also, he does fundraisers for friends, and the person that he was going to partner up with on PTOTC, he's doing like a cold case murder investigation. He's just a good guy. So, and we were going to help him with one of the fundraisers, and he's like, I want to cap it at a certain amount. I just try to help enough to get somebody up off their feet, not just, give them huge hordes of money. And he does work with certain organizations that help. And so I like Randy enough to say, yes, Mike, buy just tons of these.
Lucky Digger says, but I thought he had the coin. Randy did have the gold coin. Now he doesn't. It's his story to tell, not mine. I don't want him to call me again and yell at me. So Randy can tell that story. He has. If you watch his YouTube videos, he's already explained it. What's that?
Women.
Women. That's true. Friend. Okay. So yep, one gold coin, $5,000. This order of books, I hope, put you over the 500 book mark. And I hope you get a little bit of money from it, Randy. The book costs $7, everybody. And Randy's giving $1 to the treasure hunt, to the treasure prize. What's he get, 6 cents from a book? He could have made this $19.99 easy, in my opinion.
Right.
But he didn't. He's not in this for the money. He's in it really as a way. And in my opinion, he did this book as a tribute to all the treasure hunts.
Yeah.
Masquerade, all the ones that he's worked on, the Alchemist Dar, all that fun stuff. So
we're not going to have a show Monday. I'm going to be out of town. I'll probably go live at the Brick House. I don't know yet. But we won't have a show Monday. We are going to upload a video that Mike's going to work on of how did we get this storage auction? What did we get? And it's actually a lot different than I thought it would be. My emotions were in a different place. I was like, oh, treasures. And this is obviously somebody who hit hard times, because there's a lot of like first baby pictures, and I mean, it's just sad, and you're not supposed to contact them, and there's just all these things. But we will go over Beacon Star, and then I'm hoping to talk about this. I don't know why the really smart people haven't figured this out yet, but obviously there's something in it for me, because 3D Bron says this is going to be your type of treasure hunt. So I'm going to figure this bad boy out. That's all I have to say about that.
So Greg says, I'm having a Zoom call-in show tomorrow afternoon, and we'll be live earlier than usual Saturday night. May even be a two-parter evening, K-Pro. Now, K-Pro is going to be doing a meetup Saturday or Sunday. You said Saturday, right?
Saturday at 3 o'clock.
Feel free to go live from there if you want to.
I just said I was going to, honey.
Oh, okay. All right. This is one thing, just one item that we got from the storage unit. Who wants to guess what it is? Anybody? Anybody want to guess what I'm about to show you right now in my hand?
I do.
It's pretty cool. I don't think it's worth a lot of money, but it's just a cool thing to have. And no, it's not a Beacon Star. We find a Beacon Star in the storage unit. No, that's not what it is. Hey, what's up, Eric? Nothing. We just went over all the puzzles in the Beacon Star and solved half of them. That's all. Now, I did an intro to the Beacon Star. We showed the how some of the easier puzzles were solved. We're going to get into the more difficult ones. And at some point, I want to read the text, look for clues in the text. And at some point, I just want to live go over and try and figure the logic out for some of these other puzzles, just like we did for the mosaic puzzle. The logic's there. It's in Randy's brain. We just got to figure it out.
I might have
Chasing Indy guesses it. You must have told her what it was.
Honey, I might have been on the phone with somebody as we were returning.
Oh, okay. Check it out, everybody. This was in the storage unit.
Oh, yeah. I told her about the other one.
Nice. How old school is that? That is Polaroid.
No, show the other one. Show the other one.
But this is like Stranger Things cool, like 80s. Is this even 70s? I don't know. Does it work? I mean, it doesn't. I didn't even think it was real. I thought it was one of those things where the picture thing that, it looks fake, but it is a real Polaroid one-step camera. So I got to price it, and it's going for sale. The reason we bought the storage unit was to make money. So if anybody's interested in buying an old school Polaroid camera, let me know.
But
we'll give you the friends and family discount. What's that?
Show the really old one.
Okay. Well, we knew this had to. Oh, I already took it out. And what I'm going to do in Monday's video is I'll try and get out in the garage and show you everything else that was in the storage unit.
Yeah,
We knew
you
this
can't
was
walk in
old
our
just because of
garage.
the case. Admiral, I don't know if that's a name brand anybody knows. So we open it up and look what we found. It says it's anybody know anything about cameras? Twin DAR lens, Jiffy Kodak S620, Jiffy Kodak 620.
No, just hit the button
I
where it
know.
pops
I'm
back
trying to
up.
remember how to do it.
Yeah, I was just saying,
Look at that. Look at that. So it pops out. It's definitely an old school camera. I have not opened this up yet to see if it actually works.
don't.
No, it opens. There it goes. I'm assuming that's where the film goes or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're having fun doing it.
Don't break it.
I know. I probably not worth a lot of money, I wouldn't think, but it's
I
just a
think it's
cool
cool.
thing to have, isn't it? So out of all the things, out of all the things,
Mike.
there we go. Out of all the things in the storage unit, these two cameras were in there. Old school Polaroid, old school.
Oh, and then there
Jiffy
was some new
6, I
ones. There was a new like camcorder and all of that. So still
And the
in
new
package.
Beacon Star hotline was in there as well. This is our new flip phone. This is the Randy's hotline when he needs to call and shut down the show. When we do a show, this might make we'll see. We'll see what
Did you
goes
know
on.
where my quote was from? You're not shutting us down. We're shutting you down. Do you know the movie? Come on.
I know you can't handle the truth. I don't know about shut
No,
down.
it's A League of Their Own, Madonna.
Oh, okay. That
And
was a
she's
good
like,
movie.
they're not shutting us down. We're shutting you down,
There's
Randy.
no crying in baseball.
There's no
Yeah,
crying
okay.
in baseball.
All right. All right, everybody. No, there was no film in it, Hillary. But anybody who knows about these two, if you're a film buff or you know anything about these cameras, let me know because they will go up for sale. I just got to price them and figure it out. Cool stuff. Hey, Greg says his dad works for Kodak.
Huh.
Original nudie pictures, William says. Hey, Candy says, can I fly out to North Carolina for the weekend? Sure.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Mm.
Okay.
What's the shape of the Beacon Star light we need to use to call Randy? Obviously, it's his sigil. It's his sigil, right? Or the Beacon Star sigil. All right, everybody. That is Beacon Star Thursdays. We're going to do it every Thursday. We're going to go through the book. We're going to try and solve these puzzles. Thank you to Randy for creating a pretty cool treasure hunt. If you're frustrated on the thrill of the chase, you're frustrated with Jack, and you're frustrated with the way it ended, try something else. Ease on over to something else. The Beacon Star. There it is. All right. Remember, email me.
Amusement Park. We've been staring at the closed ride that Jack shut down, and Jack's not even letting us look anymore because Jack destroys forests and fake blazes out in the middle of nowhere. Jack has destroyed part of the amusement park, and we're taking the detour out, and we see some rides on our way out because Jack sucks.
Wow. I think that sums it up, huh, K-Pro? Somebody said nice nails, K-Pro.
I know. So my daughter got to pick the color. Do you see what color these are?
Marilyn Manson black.
Oh my God. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. But I do things to try to make her happy, and she's still not happy with me, but I have black nails for the next couple of weeks, and then I'll pick a different color next time. But thank you. Yes, I actually got them done. We're finally moved. I'm not going to break everything. Yes, I got mani-pedis with the girls. It was all a girls' trip.
And RF says, didn't Kodak get sued for producing a camera like Polaroid? I don't know, but that sounds like a cool story if it's true. And we actually had a super chat. Did I miss it? Somebody sent us a super chat in the very beginning.
Yes, you missed it.
How did I miss?
Oh, and did
Thank
you
you
say
for the
we got
super
a big
chat.
package from?
Oh, yeah. Look right here, guys. Those two boxes are from Mr. John Miller, and I'm going to open those up. I'll probably open those up while K-Pro's gone, and then I'll put that in the storage auction video. Yeah. So thank you, John. We haven't opened them yet.
I'm not doing black lipstick. No, Eugene, no.
All right, hang on. We got to do a drop for that super chat I missed, so it might have to be something cool. Let me look here. Talk to him, K-Pro.
I have nothing more to say. I'm so excited about, I can go back over Jack sucking. Did he actually dismantle the blaze, or is he just worried that the Nookers were out there? How did Jack react to his buddy Cynthia putting out shenanigans in relation to the Forrest Fenn hunt? These are things we need to know. Or do we all just need to move on because Jack has what Jack has, and now we have to move on? Here's what I was going to say to you. You ready for this? What if we took out a huge loan, like against our house and everything, and bought the Force Fen treasure, and we did a bunch of little grand adventures for like one coin for the next 10 years?
That would be cool. That would be really cool.
I actually had a dream. I asked you and you're like, okay. And we signed papers and then we got it. And we're like, okay, it's your turn. And you got to do like for one gold coin or one double eagle. And our hunts had like 5,000 people in them. And we did it for like 10 years. I had a dream.
Wow. Sometimes dreams become true. Sometimes fairy tales become true, but just not the one that you made recently. All right, Mario, buy the book. It's a lot of fun. Or come up with a way for us to give you a book. Remember, if you have an idea of how to give these away, well, I really like the classroom idea. But if you guys have an idea, email me, email KPro.
There's 12 minutes left. There's only
below.
3 periods, right? Or is it
three
quarters? So 3. There's 12 minutes left, and our knights are leading 4-3.
Should have bet it tonight, too. This is for that super chat. Thank you.
Who let the dogs out? Who let those dogs out? Who let those little nuts go?
All right. That was Mr. Neil Diamond, if you guys don't know. Actually, that could have been Robert Goulet. I don't know. It was Will Ferrell, actually. Okay, everybody. Beacon Star Thursday. That's it. No show Monday, but I am going to premiere, if I can get it done, and I'm not playing poker all weekend. I'm going to premiere. Her face says it all. I'm going to premiere the Storage Wars auction video. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Randy.
It's open when it's light. It's open when it's dark. It's the treasure hunt amusement park.
Give us a cool way to give away one of these books, Randy.
Yeah, give us an idea. We expect a video, Mr. Man.
Tonight, we want a response video.
Treasure man, Vegas die and Oak Island. Give them a try and you'll be smiled.
Next Thursday, we're going to do it again. We're going to get into more puzzles.
And this one.
Yeah, that one we'll have to work on when you get back.
Boots on the ground.
Look. Nook. We could change the words, right?
Jack really sucked with his nook.
Dream of the treasure
Is
the hook.
This is the one I want to figure out because it's pretty straightforward. We just need to know the logic. That's all. I don't know if you knew where the key was, but there it is. Fibonacci sequence. Solved, K-Pro. Solved. There's some of that's been solved.
No, that's being kind of pregnant. No.
This one, I don't know. This one's obviously a map of some kind. But... Uh-oh, Eleanor, I think she missed your message. Email her, kpro3@aol.com. Email me, cowlazars@gmail.com. We'll see you guys next time. The Beacon Star, go buy it if you don't have it.